4 years ago, there was an alert that was given to the Lagos State government concerning a construction being done on a canal.
A video of an ongoing estate development in the Gede area of Aja, Lagos was sent to us. Well, the thrust of the story is that the residents are alleging a blockade to the only canal in the area.
When I saw it at first, I thought, this should not be happening. And I took it upon myself to, do the video and then send across to Channels TV.
We approached the developers that are working there, and what they told us was that they have their approval from the government, and that the government told them to do the canal. And getting down to that place, we see that they've narrowed the canal to a small gutter.
We even had to raise our gate here to stop the water from coming from Ikota, because we were, we're still tackling, the fallback from the canal here. So we couldn't even add any more water from outside. So we had to, in fact, at this point, I'm even thinking of moving out because now my fence is down.
Fast forward to 2023. Few days ago, here in Gede community, Ikota, Lekki, Lagos, the Lagos State government moved with its team that led to the demolition of some building projects that were considered illegal structure that were built on a canal.
Structures built on the canal path in Itiosa local government area brought to ground zero.
You guys don't have choice. We're all citizens and people have contravened on the law. And it's still this brazen attitude of we can do it, we can get away with it and nothing will happen.
I can't compensate you for an illegality in the first place. You should even be compensating the government for letting me deploy taxpayers' resources to clear that path. The erosion will always be daring to come and pull down your property. But you're not the house, only you're not.
Now, let me say this. This particular demolition have rendered a whole number of people homeless, some of which are investors, some of which are people on rent, some of which are people who own these buildings. It is really disheartening. I and my team took a stroll down to the location where this demolition happened, and what we saw was really disheartening. It is nothing to consider for even your worst enemy. Trust me. Take a seat, take a listen to this video. Please do not go anywhere. I will be giving you the true story behind this demolition that happened a few days ago here in Gede community in Ikota, Lekki, Lagos.
It's sad that we have to pull down these structures. It's sad. But the truth is we can't allow them to stand.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness! They don't even allow them to take their stuff.
I should have waited for my son. Nobody's happy because that is millions, billions. Then if not for the developer, what of those ones? Their hands and money that they use in buying that place.
Okay.
Like what I used to tell my brothers if they called, hey, I need a house, I need land. When they tell me a particular place, I tell them, don't go there. Don't try it. Because I know what is going on there. But you see people that wants to sell for you, they can tell you it has C of O, it has government consent, it has this. But you check properly.
So it's obvious that they did not do their check.
That is it. They might tell you it has government consent. Did you go to another? I have a video for this place 4 years ago that we are fighting for this building.
Not to come.
No, they should not, I don't say they should not build, but leave it.
Setback.
take care of the place, but they won't. They lock us up. Not even at the counter. They remove our clothes, put us inside, cell. Writing us a different of state.
Now, see.
So see, anybody that is making any interview there, they are not crying. Lagos has killed me. Lagos has not killed you. You are the one that killed
yourself because you didn't ask the right question.
This is right on the canal. This is right on the canal.
That's one way to just go see the canal. See where the canal is.
Right on the canal, they can't feel it.
I feel as if they can feel now.
Is it the developer? Is it the Lagos State authorities for giving the permits, the so-called permits? Is it the community for allowing the developer encroach into their canal? Or is it the seller of that particular project? We spoke to a few developers within that axis, and some admitted they had something called a drainage permit, or rather a canal permit. But guess what? It is no news that within this government authorities or ministries that are licensed, that are supposed to give these permits, there are some dubious people within the circle giving fake or unapproved approval. Let's use that word. But guess what? The developer who deemed it fit to buy a land that is on top of a canal should know that what he or she is doing is and it will be considered an illegal structure. But then again, they went ahead to buy that property. My heart goes to the people who bought from these developers. My heart goes to the people who rented these properties. My heart goes to the people who live in these properties. They have been rendered homeless in less than 24 hours. For me, I really do think that for you to buy a property in Lagos, you need to be very, very, very alert. A lot of realtors don't do their due diligence. A lot of agents don't do their due diligence. Having said this, you as the investor, you should know who are you buying your property from? Who are the developers? Have I done my search? Has my agent done my due diligence? When all these questions have been answered, you would not stop there. You can proceed by going to Alausa, to these ministries that I'll be mentioning at the end of this video, to do your due diligence, to do your search, to be sure, and to also request for the layout of that particular area so that you would know where that property is and what that property is sitting on. Some properties are seated on a pipeline, some are seated on a canal, some are seated on a drainage. You would know the particular layout, the general layout of that particular area, so that you will know if your house is on an incumbent location. Having said this, my heart goes out to those who have been rendered homeless. When we visited the site, it was a very, very, very appalling sight. People have not just lost their homes, they have lost their investment. People who are on rent. In fact, we spoke to a lady that refused us disclosing her identity. She told us in plain words, I paid my rent 3 months ago. What would you wonder such a lady to do? She would have to start from scratch. We spoke to another man who didn't want his identity to be exposed. He told us in plain words, he just bought that building few months ago. Now what is going to happen? A lot of them are seeking compensation from the government. But in my opinion, from what I have heard, from what people say, I doubt if any compensation will come out. Because even the agencies are saying that the people who build, the developers are supposed to pay compensation to the government. Many people are asking, didn't they get approval? Within these authorities, within these agencies, there may be some few bad eggs that will go and cook up a permit for these developers and sell it to them. Whatever you are doing in real estate in Lagos, you need to be at alert. You need to work with the right people. You need to work with the right minds. Having said this, please and please, before buying any property, you must do your due diligence. You must have the basic approvals from every agency for you to build a successful building. There are requirements you must meet at every stage. In reinforcement stage, now reinforcement stage is the foundation stage. There are agencies that are in charge of those levels in building. LASPA, they are in charge of granting approval and monitoring of the layout and development scheme, both government and private estates. LAPSCA, they ensure that certain standards are maintained in a building project or construction. This ensures the existing of new buildings and safety measures for habiting people. LSSC, they ensure workers' safety and the safety within the environment of this construction. LSMTL, they are the ones in charge of the laboratory check of every building engineering materials that meets the standards of your building construction. LOMA, they are in charge and responsible for collection of waste disposal and making sure that your building environment is safe. It's no news that some developers may want to cut corners concerning the permits from all these agencies. But guess what? When you cut corner today, tomorrow you will pay a higher price. I can't imagine myself being in my own house that I either paid my rent or I paid money to buy that property. I can't imagine that property being gone within a twinkle of an eye. We need to start paying attention to our environment. Some people actually said, allegedly, that there was no notice given to them. And some said there was notice given to them 2 years ago. So, who do we believe? Regardless of what it is, we need to know the due diligence on a particular property before purchasing it. You need to do that search. Don't just depend on your realtor. Do your own search. Hire a lawyer, hire a surveyor to do the search of the exact location where your property is situated before making any commitment whatsoever. It is very sad to see people rendered homeless, some of which don't even live in Lagos. They don't have anybody in Lagos. They have to be in hotels for minimum of 2-3 months before they can start getting where to, rental or whatever, moving themselves, basically. It is really sad. I'd like to round up this video by saying this. For investors, due diligence. For realtors, due diligence. For the government agencies, I believe we can fish out those bad eggs that are issuing this so-called permits to these developers. Because a lot of people are asking, why did they issue the permit? Why did they issue the permit? But guess what? Even the boss of that agency may not even know about this. I believe this will be better measures of avoiding such unforeseen circumstances moving forward. For those of you who lost your homes, my heart and my prayers are with you. Having said this, thank you for watching. Keep following the Grey Gold Realty channel for more updates on your real estate portfolio. Thank you.